People in the USA who still display a Confederate flag, why? This is Reddit. No one who flies a Confederate flag is going to answer you here. It's like when people ask stuff like, toxic Karens of Reddit, why are you like this? You're going to get Redditors talking about someone else because nobody is like, oh hey, I'm a toxic Karen and I hang out on AskReddit, it's my time to shine and get shit on by a bunch of Redditors. My old landlord has a Confederate flag bumper sticker on his truck right above a fuck Trump sticker. Which is all the more weird because we lived on Vancouver Island in Canada. Old bikers are weird. My friend once went on a date with a dude who had a Confederate flag at his house and she got really offended over it. After the date she asked him why he had that flag. He is British, it was a British flag. Came here to see comments from 100 people who do not display a Confederate flag and was not disappointed. People who went to a wedding where the couple didn't last long, what happened? During the reception the bride's niece accidentally knocked over a drink that splashed the bride's shoes and she backhanded her in front of everyone. It caused a huge fight and the groom walked out right then. The bride and groom got married and within 3 months, the bride found out the groom was married and had kids in a different country. My cousin, female, bride, was dancing too much at the reception so the groom hit her. My uncles gave him a ride to the hospital which he needed very badly by the time he got there. It was annulled pretty quickly. The maid of honor sat down at our table, downed a shot, and said, I give them 3 years. Edit. They made it 2 years and 8 months. What is a disease or mental illness that often gets overlooked? Crohn's disease. It's manageable enough that I don't have to talk about it, but also embarrassing enough that I don't want to talk about it. I think the lesser recognized symptoms of common illnesses often get overlooked. Depression isn't always crying, it's often numbness. Anxiety isn't always panic attacks, it can be a hair-trigger temper. ADHD isn't always hyperactivity or inability to concentrate, it can be an inability to multitask and no internal clock. So on and so forth. This is getting better with ADHD, but I think a lot of mental illnesses are fundamentally misunderstood and social media's self-diagnosing fad isn't helping. What are the craziest ways you've heard of people making money? Heard of crazier, but a guy the first friend of my mother's, went to Texas 30+ years ago. We are from Norway, and he noticed every single garden had a trampoline. And it was almost always Jump King, the circular with blue mat ones. So he went to the HQ, bought 10 and took back to Norway. Within days they were sold, and he ordered 50 more, same thing. So he became the only importer and has God knows how many millions to his name today. Richest guy in a rich town near us makes enormous amounts of money buying Hershey bars and wrapping them with customized retirement celebration designs or corporate logos to be given away at events. Literally just rewraps them in pieces of paper and doubles or triples his money. What is the most important lesson we learned from the pandemic? You can work from home effectively. We need to stop saying, avoid it like the plague, because people don't do that. That a very limited number of people have the ability to even consider they might be wrong. The COVID lockdown has taught us 3 things. 1. Our economy collapses as soon as it stops selling useless stuff to over-indebted people. 2. It is perfectly possible to reduce pollution. 3. The lowest paid people in the country are essential to its functioning. That I enjoy staying 6 feet away from people minimum. People are stupid. The more they call you a hero, the more disposable you actually are.